Hey everybody, welcome to Board Online, Board Offline. Today we have an unboxing that I am very, very excited about. This is a game from the Warfighter series. This is called Warfighter Shadow War. Now, it takes place in modern times. It's all about night combat for the most part. And Warfighter, if you don't know, is a series that it's got a set of games in the World War II era. It's got another set of games in modern times, which obviously this one is a part of. It is getting ready to, I believe, Kickstarter may be over by now. If it is, it just ended. So it's getting ready to release a fantasy era of games with your fantasy type stuff with dungeons and goblins and heroes and all that kind of stuff. And then it's also got plans for a near future setting. And then who knows what else after that. They've talked about Vietnam, World War I, far future. So lots of different stuff. The real cool thing is that all those eras are built on the same rule set, which lets you mix and match the eras. You can bring guys from modern times into World War II. You can, when the fantasy series gets released, you can take guys from, that stormed the beaches of Normandy and instead have them go into, a dungeon in the fantasy setting. It's got all that possibility. It also has a pretty intense rule set. The Rulebook, if you for the Shadow War series, it comes with a universal rulebook that's 81 pages long. The amount of rules that cover like all the games is somewhere around 50 pages, and then the Shadow War section specifically is another 12 pages, so that's about 62 pages of rules. Pretty excited. I don't think I've had any game come close to that since I got Kingdom Death, which had around 90 pages of rules and then another 60 pages of scenario rule stuff after that. With anything else, well, actually, first, obviously, we got to talk about our sponsor, Board Game Co. This is a fantastic website where you can buy, sell, and trade games. They have a great selection of games for you to choose from. If you're looking to just build out your collection, buy some games from them, get those onto your shelf and play them, have a great time. But they will also take games off your hands. If you've got some games that are on your shelf, taking up space that you're just not playing anymore, or you just need a little extra cash, check Board Game Co. out. They will buy games from you. But then they have a really cool feature where they'll trade games with you. And what makes this feature so cool is that if you've taken the time already to build out a trade list on Board Game Geek, games that you have for trade, the games that you want in trade, you can link right into that Board Game Geek account on their website. They will compare your trade list with their inventory, and then they'll build a trade list on their website specifically tailored to you. Very cool feature. I highly recommend you go check it out. You can still trade with them even if you don't have a Board Game Geek account. There's just a little bit more entailed there, a little more legwork for you. If you do go check out Board Game Co., be sure to click on the link in the description below so they know I sent you over there. Board Game Co. makes it easy to buy, sell, and trade your way into a better collection. All right, let's get down to Warfighter and see exactly what comes in this box. All right, so we have Warfighter Shadow War, the modern night combat card game. So Warfighter is a series they're card games, but they are based on actual combat. Now there's a World War II series, and then this is the modern series, and as you can see, this is specifically one for night combat in modern warfare. This is a series that I've had my eye on for a few years and have really wanted to get into, but just now, DVG was kind enough to send me this copy of Shadow War, and I'm hoping to also get a copy of the Fantasy series, which is the next in the line of Warfighter games. They're taking it into fantastical settings now as well, which is going to be pretty cool. So you can see game components, 224 cards, 3 sheets of counters, 5 dice, a mounted display, and a rule book. 1 to 6 players, 30 to 90 minutes. Complexity is moderate. All right, so I guess this game scale is probably like a war game thing. The players' time to play, sometimes complexity, but the players' time to play is really like something you see in all board games. Complexity, whatever. Don't really see that very often. And then here, but this right here, with war games, sometimes you're going to have a scale that's, over an entire battlefield, like D-Day size stuff where you're dealing with not individual units, but maybe, commanding entire platoons or something, I guess. So maybe that's what that game scale thing might be something you see frequently in war games. So I'm hoping to actually start getting into some war games a little bit more for the channel. So we'll see if that's something that we keep seeing. Ages 14 plus. All right, let's get into this. Okay. So here we've got, whoa, that is quite the rule book. 81 pages. And I believe, look at these table of contents. Let's see. So this is the Warfighter Universal Rulebook. All right. Setting scenarios, game overview, victory. Victory right there. It's already getting directly into the rules on page 4. Yeah, mission setup, card types. Soldier actions, hostile turn. This is a serious rule book right here. All right, so let's see what we've got here. I haven't had a rule book for a game that was this long since Kingdom Death. So I guess the Mage Knight rulebook might count as being somewhere to this length, because this is double columns. Mage Knight is triple columns, so maybe Mage Knight, but yeah, this is exciting. I love the idea of a game with this level of complexity. But also, look at this. It spends an entire page showing you, giving you the anatomy of a card. So that right there is pretty cool. So, you've got, okay, so let's see. This whole section here. So we've got objective cards, player soldiers, all these. It's outlining everything you find on here. The non-player soldiers, the squad soldiers. And you can see, like here, we're seeing stuff that is clearly not modern. This is the Universal Rulebook. So from what I understand, this has the rules for everything, for all of the Warfighter series here. So player action cards. I'm obviously not going to go through this whole thing. Soldier wounds. The undead alternate World War II setting. That's interesting. But let's see. Let's back up a little bit. So private military, private military contractors. End of campaign. All right, so that's super exciting right there. I can't wait to get into that. Oh, here you can see. Look at this. The Warfighter series. So we got fantasy, World War II, modern, and near future. Didn't realize about that one. I knew about these 3, so that's interesting. I'll have to look into that too. But there's a lot of content for this series. So here we've got the Warfighter Tactical Special Forces card game, Shadow War, Daylight Combat, Private Military Contract, Scenario Book number 2. So if I understand, here's basically you can set up different scenarios, but it's going to show you what's required. So here you need the Modern Day Core, Expansion 14 and 15. So these are for specific scenarios. Hey, if you want to play this scenario, you got to get these different sets, which is cool because in a lot of games that I've seen, when you get a scenario set for a base set, you're basically just going to be able to do scenarios with that base set, or maybe you can combine everything, but it's not like this specific, where here's Modern Day Core and Expansion 22. It's nothing that's going to be that specific. This game, each expansion, the series, I should say, each expansion specifically, covers a particular thing. And so because of that, you are able to have these very detailed and specific scenarios. All right, so then that's a 23-page scenario book there, and it's scenario book number 2, like it says. So here's a list of keywords. So that's good for easy reference. This looks like, oh, here's the board. All right, so let's see. We've got obviously sections for different cards: hostile, reaction forces, locations, actions. Here's attack roll, D10. Okay, obviously not sure what that is yet. All this area here for different cards. Got mission, insertion. Excuse the glare on the side of the board. Extraction. All right, you can see I still got some stuff out on my table. I'm learning Runebound over there, and we got 7th Continent still left over from my How to Play series I just did. We got the soldier turn and hostile turn, so that's good for reference. Soldier attacks, hostile attacks, going for alarm, mobilization status. So going for alarm, alarm sounded, and then all this stuff here. Soldier actions and different noise levels, I guess, that those actions make. All right, here we've got sheet 1. All right, everything is pushing out super easy. No issues there. Yep. All kinds of tokens here. Action ammo, subsonic ammo, pick, objective hostile, meltdown, bipod deployed, going alarm, unaware, no penalty, black ammo, all kinds of stuff. All right, here we've got our dice. All right, so we've got a D6, 1, 2, 3 D10s, and I believe that's a 12. No, I'm sorry. What am I talking about? That's a 20, obviously. D20. I'm not sure I own a game that has a D20 anymore. I used to have both Wrath of a Charlatan and what was the other one? Zaya. But I don't think I have any D20s in my collection right now. So there we go. All right, let's see what we got here. All right, so shadow attacks, unarmed, those are like reference cards basically. All right, so here we got the action deck. Well, hold on. Let's see. So we got stuff like location marker. Oh, that's what all this is. Location marker. Okay. Discard this card and draw a card from the location deck you selected for this mission. So these must be location X. So we got North Korea, or location cards. And we've got machine gun team. Let's see. Sentry, civilian, shadows, guard, passing civilians, fanatics, hold, just the wind, move, into the night. That's more of the action deck there. I think this whole set here is action cards, okay. So you can see a lot of NVG, night vision goggle style artwork here. Combined fire, prepared fire, advance, all kinds of stuff. Snapshot. In a lot of ways, from what I understand, this is almost like a simulation more than a game. But I mean, I guess that's really what war games are. So this is kind of like a card game version of a war game, basically, on the squad level. Squad entry, stealth kill, follow me. Coordinated shot, hold. All right, super excited to learn to play this game. So let's see more. Well, let's see. These look like so North Korea. This is all North Korea stuff. So objective, tap a hacking center. Embedded objective. Pipeline. So you have all these objectives. Patrolling gunboat. Then you got locations, okay. Open lot. Train station. Abandoned warehouse. Okay, and then we've got missions, all right. Nice and easy. Going small, you can see it has resources, your time, loadout. Interesting. Go, go, go. All right. Then here we've got night insertion. Halo, parachute, amphibian. Lots of options there. Soldiers. Are these all soldiers? Clark, West, Douglas, Lee. So these more for the action deck here. Okay. Got skill cards, pistol and SMG, reacquire, marksman, and picking. Some more skill cards. Sound movement, patience, noise reduction, shadows, equipment. Suppressor, comms tracer, unarmored, night goggles. Wow, there's just so much stuff going on here. Weapons. M4 carbine or carbine, M2 ammunition, M9 pistol, M17 pistol. You can see you have the suppressed and non-suppressed versions of a lot of these. M14, M249. Wow, it's just all kind. And the K-bar knife, M72 Law. Oh yeah. And night extraction. Vehicle, helo, amphib, and on foot. You know, these have a different kind of look to them. These look more like the regular modern warfare, but more soldiers it looks like. So American, German. Okay. So there you go. That's everything for Warfighter. Be sure to come back and check this out. We're going to be doing a gameplay of Shadow War, and I'm hoping to get my hands on the fantasy era version of the game when it comes out. And for that one, I plan on doing not only a unboxing and gameplay, but also a instructional video as well. And until next time, if you're bored online, bored offline.